Oh, it's me, it's Nathan, it's recovery month. What year is it, Nath? It's 2017, of course it is, we know that. Why would you possibly say that? Well, as you might know, if you've been watching this previously, I was buying back a year a day. So every day I did one of these represented a year that I used substances in and or drank. That's yesterday. That is so yesterday. We're over that now. We've done it. We got to day 27, 2017, and the whole kit and caboodle was sorted out. What are you going to do now, Nath? Well, I thought, seeing as this is about addiction and recovery from, I have some interesting facts about addiction to start the thing off. So we can all try and learn about the thing that's causing us all this bother. Now, you know me by now. Anything I'll come out with, a little bit fluffy around the edges. So any facts that I do give you may be slightly out of date or based sort of globally or maybe in America. But I'll tell you what, they do give a bloody good indication of things, what they are, where they are, and what it all means. I hope so anyway. All things would fall over, couldn't it? I've got here, 1 in 8 people has a substance misuse issue. I'll say that quickly. Misuse issue. 1 in 8. 1 in 8. This one got me. 70% of people using illegal drugs are gainfully employed. Oh, this ties nicely in with a bit of a passion of mine, doesn't it? A subject that I will bang on about again and again and again. Please, 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 please do not assume that an addict looks a certain way, talks a certain way, is educated to a certain level. Don't think he's unemployed, employed, white, black, Chinese. Don't think that he works in a bank, is a painter. Don't think, it could be anyone. Please get your head around that. It's quite simple. Accept it, or I'll shout it even louder tomorrow. God almighty, simple enough. 25% of all hospital admissions are related to alcohol. That doesn't surprise me. Or alcoholism. One of the two. I'll look into it in a bit more detail. It's to do with the my kryptonite, booze. I've got here roughly, this is percentage of people that will become addicted to this substance once using. So 50% of people that use cocaine will get addicted to it, 12% of people that use alcohol will become dependent on it, and 8% of people that smoke marijuana will get addicted to it. Now, I set this new and adventurous road I'm going down to start addressing the very subject that we're all talking about, and the reason I'm doing this. I said, I put a little text to the Oats Master and to Oats and said, can you think of an interesting, you or Spider, can you think of an interesting fact or point to make about addiction? And the one that comes up with the most interesting I will mention on tomorrow's vlog. Good old Captain Oats. He took this as a chance to make a point and sabotage Spider Monkey's attempt. I knew he wouldn't talk to Spider about this, and I knew he'd said something dodgy across. He said to me, yeah, I'd like to make a point about prescription drugs. Most people think of, things that you become addicted to as, all legal round the corner, dark alleyways and all that business. All your Hollywood images of how you acquire drugs. He said, I'd like to make the point about prescription drugs, and that actually, some of the most addictive drugs are ones that your doctor will give you to cope with things like anxiety and sleeplessness. Fair point, Captain Oats, I would say, a bloody fair point. And actually, he made the point also, he continued on this, getting on with this subject that he's passionate about. Don't blame him, he nearly killed him and he survived. Well done. He said, we're getting to the point now where people on prescription drugs, when they can't get hold of them, are actually turning to things like heroin to placate the feeling, to placate the need. Good point. Well made. But, do you know what he said Spider said? He said, Spider made the point, text me across, that apparently addicts don't know the difference between right or wrong. I know she didn't say that, and it's not true. It's a little tinker, isn't it? A little tinker. So that's how we're going to be rolling for the foreseeable future, right, today and tomorrow, and maybe on the last day, Saturday. Who knows? We'll see. But I thought it was a nice little way just to highlight some of these misconceptions, ideas, facts and figures. They're not precise, but it'll give you an indication of how we as society are attempting haphazardly to deal with addiction. Some people do, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great work being done. Obviously there is still a lot of work to be done to completely change society and civilization's view of this illness, in my opinion. It's only my opinion, but that's it nonetheless. So that's that. We ask it every day, and today is no different. Today I'm going to ask myself the question, Nathan, you lovable rogue, what have you been up to? Today is a school day, and I have to do, you know the routine school day, get up, I'm in park commuting with the burning flame of hope in a blizzard of uncertainty that is my other half. We travel together onto the bus and then onto the train station. Blah blah. She goes one way, I go t'other. And who do we meet in this instance? Yes, you've guessed it. Today was no different. Here she comes. Here she comes. This is Pepper Pot. She's arrived. I'm just trying to redigest this information. She arrived on the platform, actually in pretty good time, although she always appears flustered. She arrived on the platform with two sodden feet. She'd made her way through a subway, not the eatery, the actual thing, and apparently it was flooded from the night before, but she just trench-footed it straight through. Sat all day like that, with soaked feet. Didn't complain, didn't whinge. Sometimes I wonder if she's just oblivious to everything. I think she'd probably agree she is. Adorable. So that was her. Which draws me back to the fact, the universe, God, whatever you want to call the whole of reality and the creator of, and or God, that whole complicated subject therein, but the universe or God made a point to me today, because there's me, I always bang on, don't I? Chill, take it easy, don't worry about stuff, take your time, trust the universe, all that business, go with the flow, be water, all that stuff, all that great stuff. I'm a passionate believer in. I got a little bit in a tiz was this one, not a tiz, that's too much. I came momentarily, my head bobbed above the increasingly calm ocean of me, and it probably said above there. I got a little bit flustered, tiny about. The time was running out this morning. Makeup was being applied, not by me, by the other half, and things started to get a bit. I was sort of thinking, we are cutting it a bit fine, and well, just that. So I was walking quite quickly. Immediately I was thinking, I don't even like walking quickly now. I was just like, same as not that, I'm just not assuming that I'm not giving up on getting anywhere. I've discovered that you do tend to get places in ample time if you take your time. Rush is an illusion in many cases. I know, Nate, keep going on about it. But I went against the grain of my own beliefs, didn't I? I was rushing along. Actually, we arrived in plenty of time for the bus. And irony of ironies, we got on the train, and the train stopped at a certain station, and they said, this train's going no further. And we had to get off the train, wait at a train station. They said a bus was going to come, it didn't. We had to wait a whole hour for another train to come, so we was hanging about. What was the point of me rushing? None. Absolutely none. In fact, the image of various people sitting outside this, one of the mobile cafe things that they have with they do the coffee and the toast and the things like that. And there was just people, me and some of the other students, some of the other school kids, hanging about outside having a cup of coffee, having a bacon sandwich. Pepper pot there with a bacon sandwich dripping on her coursework. She goes, I love coming out. She goes, this has turned out rather well. She goes, I love all this course business. It's lovely. Cup of coffee, bacon sandwich, dripping all over her coursework. Lovely. Music to my ears, her voice sometimes. So that was that. So lesson learned. Anyway, we're back in the, as I said, she's sodden her foot, and the usual thing with peppers, it's the, remember the Wheel of Fortune? You used to spin it. That's how you get a subject out of it. You literally just, it will stop. Knife crime. Holiday with my parents. Anything can come out. I'm thinking about getting a dog. Anything can come out of that spinning of that wheel. Don't think you know what she's going to say next, because you don't know. Don't not make that mistake. So we arrived at, now there's always a theme, isn't there? There's always a theme of the day. Today's no different. What's the theme of today? My God, the level of patience I've shown today. Lord mercy me. God Almighty. You know, all the tools I've sort of picked up and learned in regards to staying in a good place and staying calm and put into action today. I won't mention any details, but you know, when you're dealing with other people, undoubtedly you need to look at yourself when dealing with that situation. Sometimes, as a human being, you're gonna, you know, you will need, you know, me, I need to stop myself, go, stroll on, I've had enough of you, get out. I dealt with really well, because I was quite proud of myself today, because a couple of times, you know, all this stuff I'm doing is working. I am quite calm. Even in some circumstances where I know full well previously, my God, I screamed at someone. But now, I have to check myself every now and again. You feel a little, you know, a little bristle, but really, yeah, really patient today, I thought, and it was tested. It was tested. Even the tutors of those, they were tested as well. They displayed biblical levels of patience, only previously attributed to Job. All you Bible fans out there will know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was kind of the theme of today. It's not easy being human sometimes, is it? Particularly when, you know, I guard my, you know, my ether. I guard, ether's probably the wrong word to give it the context. I guard my area, my space, my aura. I guard it. I want it to be full of positivity and good things, and sometimes that takes a little bit of, you know, inward thinking, a little bit of psychological manoeuvring to make sure that your thoughts are in a good space. To make sure you're calm, make sure your breathing's good, make sure you're dealing with things in the appropriate way, make sure you're looking at yourself, you know, and not others predominantly. How can I deal with this? This is all I can control. How I deal with it. This is the only thing I really have any control over, and by controlling this, I can control my perception of this and stay in a good place. And I did it quite well today, I think. A bit of self-affirmation. Now, talking of affirmation, now by this point, now at the beginning of the day, I'm not lying. I was a little bit prickly, and I was feeling a little bit, I think because I've been rushed this because I'd gone against the grain of my own beliefs. I thought, oh, you know, a little bit disappointed in myself there, and you know, the day I just felt not down or low, just a little bit. My mojo was out of kilter. My mojo was a little bit out of kilter. And we're all going round, and the subject was what makes a good role model. We were talking about, and who are your role models? And a couple of people were. I didn't give mine up. I have got one, but I didn't offer mine up. Various people saying, you know, my mum or my dad or this woman I used to live with, or know as a kid or was growing up, and you know what? I was in a little bit, as I said, my mojo was out of kilter, a little bit low. It went round to Mrs. P. I said, who's your role model? You know what she said? Me. And I felt very, very, very humbled, and actually quite emotional when she said that. And my day got better and better and better after that, because he's calm and he makes me feel good about himself. Now, if that is not affirmation, I didn't know what to say, to be honest. I did. I just went, that's made my day, which it did. I've said before, I'm not great at taking, even now saying it, I feel a little bit uncomfortable saying, giving myself a little bit of praise or even acknowledging praise from another person. But that made me feel really good, and my day got better, and I was able to cope with things better. Power of affirmation again, guys. Yes, it's incredible, isn't it? Whole day was changed by one person's comment. And that's why I like to dish them out, because I know what that feels like, and it's lovely to give it out the other way as well. So my day just got better and better and better and better and better after that. I enjoyed my time, I always enjoy my time. It's a really nice group of people. The tutors are absolutely lovely. I've got an enormous amount of admiration for everyone involved in that, and you know, because I make no secret of it, I'm looking to move into, I don't know how yet, but work in this area, if you know, if the universe will let me. So you know, all wants me to. So you know, I've got a huge amount of admiration for them doing that. It's a great group of people, a great crew, loads of different characters from loads of different backgrounds, and it's intriguing. It's intriguing to see how they interact. Someone said to me today, I've given her a nickname as well. Dish out nicknames left, right and centre. Nickname's Goldie. And she said, "You've been very quiet today." No, I said, "Not quiet. I wasn't being deliberately quiet or offish at all." And I do go. Not that I appeared offish. I asked someone, "Did you appear offish today?" Did I? They said, "No, you're just quiet. We know what you're like, Nath. You go into your little moments." Because these are the people I've been in rehab with, and those little moments are when I do my people watching, my observation, and learn from them, and learn how they talk to each other, and how the tutors were engaging with that person, and how these people are talking. So I said I'm a bit like a sponge at the moment. After man, this is working. So just observing. I love just watching, keeping this shut. Because if you engage this, you disturb the water, and you can't see the fish. I just want to be still so I can see the fish going round, and if you know, and take a back seat. It's absolutely fascinating. So the day ended. I could tell people had kind of, by that point, they were ready to go home, and go home. They did, and we did. So that's me done. We're back with a crew tomorrow. That's all running out pretty quickly. I've not got long left on that. This is the time this whole business is finished, or is it? The time this whole business is finished, it'll be almost done on that front again. I'll miss that. I've said umpteen times before, but hey, you try speaking for 7 hours straight over a month and see if you repeat yourself. So yeah, so that'll be doing that tomorrow. So today, tonight I'm going to be chilling out. A bit of manual labour tomorrow. I will be speaking to you tomorrow. I hope you like this whole facts on addiction and surrounding areas. I'll have a little look into that in a little bit more depth tonight. You know what my depth levels are. Don't get too excited. So I'll do a bit of that. Maybe set the challenge for Oats and Spider Monkey again. Maybe involve Mrs Pepperpot. See if they can come up with anything. So I will leave you be today. What I will say is, you know, have the patience to be still so your mud settles and your water clears. Peace and love. See you tomorrow.